100%. I mean, you keep
So, my name is Larry, and I'm gonna be doing comedy. All right, because a lot of my friends they call me Larry the Cable Guy, because I'm like, I use a lot of comedy in everything I do. So like, I'll be talking to somebody, I'm all talking to them in comedy, like, so like my trip and my journey down has been very interesting. Um, and it's been funny interesting actually. So like, I am not by any means mechanically inclined, not one bit. So we opened up a brand new kitchen down here, and I manage it. But I had to put everything together myself. Now, once again, I have never put nothing together in my life. So I did not know that when you put a cart together, you gotta tighten the bolts on it. I didn't even know how to do that. So I just put the screws on, and it's done. And well, my boss walks in there, and he's like, "Larry, what's this?" I'm like, "What are you talking about?" The cart went on the ground. It was a brake cart. The whole brake cart went on the ground. And I'm like, "I put it together?" He goes, "Did you tighten the bolts?" I said, "No, you didn't tell me how to do that part. I couldn't read the instructions. It was in Chinese." He goes, "The English was on the other side." I said, "Oh." And it's like, it's hilarious because it's like, them seeing me put the stuff together that I put together was probably the most hilarious thing I ever did because everything I did was backwards. So we had this moving car, and I didn't know that two of the wheels turned. So I thought they all went on the same way. So my chef the other day was like, "Hey, Larry, what's wrong with my car?" I'm like, "What do you mean?" He goes, "It's not rolling." I'm like, "Yes, it is." He goes, "No, it's rolling into the wall." I'm like, "I don't know." So then I look at it, and I'm like, I put the wheels on backwards. But I didn't tell him that. And then I was doing delivery the other day, and I didn't have the salad the correct way in my vehicle. And I drive a little crazy sometimes. I'm learning how to drive y'all's interstates, by the way. It's completely opposite of Florida. There's like 20 of them down here. Two in Florida. And so I did get a little lost on one of my deliveries. And so I made a very sharp right turn. Well, that salad and ranch dressing went all over my vehicle. Mm-hmm. So I had to go get my car washed, and I'm like, so someone asked me, like, so how does salad, lettuce, and ranch dressing end up all over my back of my trunk? I said, He's like, "Were you speeding?" I'm like, I'm just trying to learn the interstates. And so I learned a valuable lesson. Make sure you have something like that up front or in the back seat, not in the trunk. So like, that's been happening. So it's been kind of like funny because I've been doing things backwards completely. But then like, one thing like, my coworker told me the other day, because I was born Jewish, right? He said, "You know, Larry, how we always should find you?" I said, "How?" He goes, "Just follow your penny trail." Wherever I go, there's pennies behind me, guarantee you. Trust me. And so life is just full of laughter. Like, I love making them smile, make people laugh, and give them humor. My friend, she just moved out here as well, from Johnson City. Anyhow, and so I was teaching. I was giving her humor earlier because when you're going through something, no matter what it is, laughter cures everything. That's a guarantee. Like people look at me like, "Why are you always smiling?" Because I'm happy. It's like, how are you always happy? Laughter. Look, if I look in the mirror, maybe the mirror might even crack when I look at it. But you know what? It's still there. That's why I take a lot of selfies. People are like, "So Larry, how do you feel about your phone?" And I'm like, "What do you mean?" They're like, "Well, you might break it. You take too many selfies." You know, and something else too. Yeah, so I went to a ending dance one time from a recovery, and I actually tried to learn this a shuffle. It's called a shuffle. You go like this or whatever. I don't know how you do it, but I literally made an entire fool of myself. But you know, it was called on video. It was on YouTube. It was on Facebook. But you know what? It was probably the most funniest thing I ever did because I had no clue what I was doing. That was the funny part. But you know, that's really about it. You know, I love just coming up here, you know, just giving out laughter and making them smile. That's all I got.